Hello everyone, my name is Kat, and today is another day where I talk about an obscure movie from my childhood. You've read the title. Please don't question why I'm talking about an Easter movie because this close to Christmas. I would talk about Elf Bowling, but I don't want to. I don't want to talk about Elf Bowling. There's enough Tom Kenny here in this film to cover Elf Bowling with the slavery song.
Slavery makes the world go round. It's easy enough to see. What could be better than making people sweat for you? I'll tell you, forcing them to do it for free. Slavery throughout history has made many a scoundrel well-to-do. For there's nothing in this world quite as profitable as involuntary servitude. Oh yes, it's easy to be powerful, the richest man around. If you keep in mind that through all time the dirty and low down have known that slavery is the best game in town. It makes the world go round. Now get to work!
Anyway, here comes Peter Cottontail the movie, released in 2005, a year before Elf Bowling. 2 years before Transformers Animated started. Here Comes Peter Cottontail the movie is a sequel to the original Here Comes Peter Cottontail that came out in 1971, featuring Casey Kasem as Peter Cottontail and Vincent Price as January Q Irontail. The film begins with a cool stylistic intro. I have no idea what this aesthetic is, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Anyway, the first thing we see when the film actually starts is Seymour S. Sassafras, voiced by Christopher Lloyd, coming in and being a fourth wall breaking narrator who looks as if Willy Wonka and the Mad Hatter had a child together. And he talks to us and asks,
"Great cherry chick-chicks! You've never heard of Peter Cottontail?"
"You don't know about Peter Cottontail? Well, I'm not going to explain the plot of the first movie for context for this movie, but I will show you clips from the original movie. But you won't get a plot rundown of the first movie. No siree. And I didn't watch the first film for this. But I do know that there are other holidays, like the 4th of July, because this is America. Rah rah. Ooh ah ah. There's also Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's Halloween. There's all that jazz, but we're here about this movie, and I don't really care about the first movie because I didn't watch that as a kid. I watched this as a kid. Anyway, Junior, voiced by Tom Kenny, was supposed to be in charge of the nougat in the candy factory, but it caught fire because he was off making new ways to deliver Easter eggs. He's an inventor, and he tells his dad, also voiced by Tom Kenny, to get over his trauma. As if January Q Irontail didn't get everyone out of a job and ruin the entire Easter holiday for everyone. And then a music video plays of him claiming he's ready to be responsible. He says, "I'm ready, Dad," and gives a blank stare to the camera.
I'm ready, Dad.
We're then brought to the real world where we meet Jackie Frost, not Jack Frost. Either he's dead or he became Jackie Frost. We do not know. And she's voiced by Molly Shannon. We're then introduced to the Clock of Spring, which is one of 4 clocks created by Father Time to make the seasons and time go by. Each clock has a special power source. There's the Spring of Spring, the Sun of Summer, the Leaf of Fall, and the Shard of Winter. We don't really know the name of it. A bat overhears Peter giving responsibility of the clock to Junior and flies to Winter to tell Irontail, who is on his way to Jackie's castle.
Identify yourself.
The name's Tail. Iron Tail.
The most obvious James Bond reference ever. He is voiced by Roger Moore, everyone. And apparently Irontail is so famous that Jackie Frost knows him. They come up with a plan to steal the Spring of Spring to make sure that winter doesn't end. So Jackie and her penguin steal the Spring of Spring while Irontail talks to the son of his nemesis and is like, yeah, hello kid. I like what you got going on. You look exactly like your dad. Ew. It's calendar day, which is when the residents of April Valley gather together to announce the start of April. And today is ruined because the clock is broken. It's still March somehow. Junior decides to run away to fix things because I wasn't responsible enough. Bye dad, bye mom, I'm gonna run off. I don't know where, but I'm gonna try and fix this. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but yeah, go on kid. Then Peter sends the French caterpillar, Antoine, also voiced by Tom Kenny, to find Junior. A celebratory dance party in the Ice Palace commences, and then Irontail and Jackie come up with a plan to get rid of all the other seasons so it can be winter forever. Lovely. Irontail trauma dumps to Jackie about how he used to be named Fluffy until a child ran over his tail and he had to wear a metal prosthetic one after. Terrifying. Flutter the Robin, voiced by Kenan Thompson, crashes into Junior in Summer Hills. After his mum, Niecy Nash, makes him take Junior to the Clock of Summer.
Now you crash into this boy, so you're gonna go on and you're gonna show him some hospitality. Now I'm going to sit on your brother.
Huh? He's still in the egg.
That makes more sense.
Junior explains to Flutter what's going on. Flutter's like, damn, that's crazy. And then doesn't care. The two kids find the clock has stopped, and a chipmunk voiced by Pat Fraley tells them that he got jumped and that since the clock has stopped, summer can't come and Flutter's little brother cannot be born. In 4, we meet Munch, voiced by Miranda Cosgrove, the mouse trying to get food and survive. The boys save her from the hawk, also voiced by Pat Fraley, that snatched her. They get her some food and then they see Irontail and Jackie sabotaging the clock of fall. Jackie does not like being called my dear by Irontail.
Ease up, Jackie, my dear. Stop being such a control freak.
Don't call me that.
A control freak?
No, my dear.
I don't see why not, Jackie. That's Roger Moore. That's James Bond you're talking to there. The kids briefly get the pieces of the clocks back, but Irontail takes them back again and then reveals his identity to Junior, and Junior's like, ah, crap. The kids then end up in Colorland, where they find Sassafras talking to the viewer, and he gives them a bubble to fly them to winter. Very short section, by the way. Like, I think it was basically there just to keep the plot moving forward as a way to get them to winter. Because Sassafras does nothing but talk to the viewer and freak the others out. It's like, who are you talking to? Why are you narrating your own actions? That's weird. The east by southwest wind, which is not an actual wind that exists, he's voiced by David Kochner, and he helps the kids get to winter because he's a wind and he can blow them towards winter in any direction, not just east by southwest. The kids get into Jackie's castle and they see that Irontail is getting fitted for a robe that'll keep him warm in the eternal winter. The kids eventually get the clock pieces back, and Jackie uses Irontail as a surfboard. The kids make their way to the Clock of Winter, and Junior steals a shard, which makes all of the seasons cease and time stops. Which is not good. The villains start to fight each other because they're both egomaniacs and they want all the credit and all the power, and then they fall into the abyss. Antoine and Wind find the kids and help them fix all the clocks. And then Irontail and Frost appear in April Valley. I don't know how they did that. I don't know how deep the abyss was, how they got out. Like, I think Jackie can fly. She did it once in the start of the film, refused to do it for the rest of the film. She probably flew them out after the fact. Peter and Junior both fight them until Frost gets frozen by a reflected one of her blasts that got reflected using the key. And then she freezes Irontail when he tries to run.
So sorry, my dear.
I'm sorry too, Fluffy.
And the penguins take them back to winter and like defrost them and like use a chip to like chip them out of the thing. And then we've got a rock concert at the end of the film.
Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Bring in every girl and boy, a basket full of Easter joy, things to make your Easter bright and gay.
Very basic breakdown of the film. Like, it takes a long time to do like a very simple plot. Yeah. That's Here Comes Peter Cottontail, the movie. Woo 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 woo.
Hang on to your hat. Our story begins.
The problem must be an imbalance between the drag coefficient and the lift coefficient.
What's that mean?
No idea.
I wish there were no such thing as spring. Penguins, make my slightly mangy friend here a drink.
I think Irontail and Frost has a certain ring to it.
Don't you know rabbits can give you lice?
Hey, what you got there?
Lunch. No! A watermelon. Oh, I love watermelon.
Who should?
You should
Should what?
be arriving.
Have you ever heard of the east by southwest wind? Well, you're looking at him.
Oh, great. Stuck in midair with the east by southwest wind.
Speaking of perfect fits,
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I see the ice, but when do I get the cream?
Just a little bit longer.
we make a charming couple, you and I. The whole world is our frozen oyster.
And finally, I get to rule it all.
You